Howdy. Oh my gosh, no, this is weird. This is really weird. This is really funky, guys. Howdy, welcome to or back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amber Scholes, or at Amber Runs on Instagram. So this feels a little funky because if you've been watching me for a while, you know it's been a hot second since I last picked up this vlog camera. And even more funky if you're seeing this background that I'm not in college anymore. I am back home in Orlando, Florida. I'm making this video today because I have not updated you all at all on my life in the past, I feel like year. Like I might have given like little updates, but I've never really updated you guys on like what's going on, you know? And I honestly, I feel so like disconnected from you guys right now, and that's because like I just haven't been able to share what is going on in my life. So I want to just give you guys an update, and like I'm not gonna share absolutely everything that is going on in my life because there's a lot of stuff that like I just want to keep personal, but I want to share my experiences with you guys and just kind of share where I'm at and what's going on, because like I've shared my entire life and I feel like I've shared so much on my social media for so long, and this is like the least I have ever shared and the least open I have ever been, and it feels really funky, feels good in a lot of ways, but I also really just have so much that I want to tell you guys and update you all on because so much has happened in the past year. So I asked you guys to ask me questions on my Instagram, and I answered a few of them on my Instagram, but they were really like short answers, and I want to give like real answers kind of on here. And number one, first thing, huge massive announcement, which you guys already know, most of you if you follow me on Instagram, is that I am transferring to Flagler College in Florida. It is in St. Augustine, and as you guys know, I have missed Florida so much. Like I don't even think I need to explain how much I've missed being in the sun and in the warmth, and I missed that so much when I was in North Carolina. You guys already know that. Like I remember I would just be posting things on my Instagram and I was like, people are definitely getting so annoyed with me for just being like, Florida, 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 but it's like, I grew up here, and you know, leaving that was a great change, and it was really cool to see the different seasons, but I don't like it. I hated every single second of the coldness. I did not wake up one day and was like, oh yay, it's 20 degrees. Like, it was so bad. There was a couple months in there where I was going to the tanning bed, and I literally was choosing sun cancer just because I wanted sunshine. Fake sunshine, but I needed it so much. Like, you can like see my room is very beachy. We have my ride the wave surfer person here with a cowgirl hat, which is not beachy, but like I need the beach, and I don't think I realized that until I left and I went to North Carolina. So this was definitely the hardest year of my entire life, not necessarily just being away from home, but D1 running and everything that kind of comes with that, and trying to find what environment like works best for you and what is best for me. And I just learned that where I was not the best environment for me, both emotionally and physically. As someone who has gone through an eating disorder and a lot of mental struggles throughout running and throughout life, like the environment that I was in just did not feel like a place where I could possibly even thrive in the future, and I was definitely in the worst mental and physical state this year than I was in my entire life, and I just never felt myself when I was in North Carolina, and I just know that that just wasn't the place for me. And like when you know, you truly know, and I was like, this is going to be the hardest decision. I was so ready to move away and like go to college and go to North Carolina and be away from everything that I left behind here. And I realized once I got there that like everything that you're chasing isn't always what it seems to be. What you see on social media is not always what it seems to be. What people say things are is not necessarily what it is. And for anybody that's in the recruiting process, just know that like you never truly know what you're getting into until you're in it. until you're living in it. And I think that that's just something so important to remember. I'm transferring, which is, I am beyond excited to just, first off, be back in the warmth. I am going to be living in St. Augustine, which is a really, really cute little town. It's so close to the beach, like I'm talking on the beach, which is absolutely amazing considering I love surfing, and I'm at the beach literally every single day. And it is a D2 school, which is also really exciting for me. I had this idea in my head for so long that like I had to go D1. If I didn't go D1, then I was a failure. I wasn't trying hard enough, or like it was not even in my head that I could possibly look at D2 schools. And I think once I went to High Point, and I actually need to go to therapy for this, like this is getting a little everywhere, but I had still like this idea in my head. I was like, if I leave a D1 school, does that make me weak? Like, and I remember my therapist was telling me, she's like, Amber, your goals are completely different now than they were when you came here. And just because you're leaving like a D1 program, it doesn't mean like, oh, you can't handle it, you can't do what these people are doing, but you're choosing to go somewhere else that you know is going to be better for your mental and physical health, and it has nothing to do with something being D1 or something being D2. And having a label as D1 or D2 does not change your ability to be fast. You know, it's literally just a label and like who you may compete against, but still running. And when I was running D1, you know, in North Carolina, I was barely even able to run because I was always injured all the time. And I would just rather be in an environment where I know that I can have great communication with my coaches and teammates that are like me and similar to me in the way that they live their life and the way that they just are. So I am so excited for that, and to just be in a town that fits what I want in the future. And I realized that like in North Carolina, I wasn't surrounded by what I even plan on doing like in my future. And that's another question that I keep getting a lot is, Amber, what do you want to do with your life? Hey man, you don't need to know what you want to do with your life when you're at 19, which is me. I'm 19, and I don't know what I fucking want to do with my life. At this point, I would love to own a disabled food truck in St. Augustine, which is where I'm going to be going to college, so fits perfectly. I also, you know, I just want to like surf and like vibe and make content maybe, and like I'm working on an apparel line right now, and working on just like business things that you guys are going to be seeing soon, which I'm so excited about because I've literally been working on it for like so many months. It's insane. I've been working on it for so long, and I can't wait for you guys to like finally be able to see it, and for me to just like share it with you guys. But I would love to open up like my own small business, whether that's like a food place or probably not coffee, because I feel like if you mess up somebody's coffee order, I'd get like sued or something for coffee order. I want to live like that, and I definitely plan on living next to the beach. I cannot live without the beach. And me honestly going to North Carolina is what made me realize all these things about myself. Like, I had no idea how important the beach was, the ocean was for me, and like keeping a connection, being close to my family. At least it's like 2 hours from me, so like if I want to go once a month to go see my family, I can. I don't have to drive 9 hours or get a plane flight. And like I realized just how much my goals have changed in my life in general. Before choosing to go to North Carolina to run D1, I wanted to be a pro runner. I was honed in on being a pro runner. I have journals and journals of me journaling how I just wanted to be a pro runner, and like that's what I wanted to be. And my only thing in my head was like, if I'm not a pro runner, like then I'm a failure. I'm weak. I didn't achieve my goals. I'm not doing what little Amber wanted me to do. Guess what? I'm not little Amber anymore. What's really cool about life and growing up is that you change so much, and your goals and your dreams and what you desire literally changes every single day if you want it to. You do not have to be the same person that you were yesterday, and like that's what's so cool. Tomorrow I might want to open up a turtle sanctuary. You don't know. Or turtle acai truck, like for turtles or something. Like you just never know what life is gonna bring, and like so many people get so scared that they don't know what they want to do when they're older. But like I know what interests me, and I know what makes my soul so happy and passionate and fiery and like excited, and I'm just gonna keep doing that until, you know, what I want to do with my life comes to mind or comes into existence. Like not stressing about that is so important. And with that, I don't want to be a pro runner anymore. Obviously, I think you guys probably know that. I want to continue running for my entire life and going to the gym. Today, I went on like a 75-minute bike ride and went on a run, and like it was just so fun for me because I don't have this mindset anymore where like, oh my gosh, I have to be a pro runner. I'm training to be a pro runner. If I'm not a pro runner, then I'm a failure and I suck. It's like, oh, I get to go on a run today. And then later on in the day, I'm like, what if I just go like bike for fun? I don't bike, like I literally don't bike, but I just grabbed my mom's bike and I went for like 75 minutes and I was going like 17 miles an hour. I was like, Amber, this is kind of scary, but it was like fun and exhilarating because it was new and like just trying new things and being passionate about stuff that isn't just so honed in on like, oh, I need to be a pro runner. So that's been so like just eye-opening for me to like, you don't have to have anything set in stone. And like, so when I decided to go to North Carolina to run, I still want to be a pro runner. And that's why I was like, I need to go D1. I was like, this is the place that's going to get me as fast as I can possibly be. And I went into it with like this boot camp mindset and kind of exactly what it felt like and what it was to me, at least, and how it felt. And like, I realized once I was in that environment that like, this is not how I want to live. I do not want to live my entire life like waking up and my only thoughts being able to be school and running, meeting, school, running, meeting, school, running. Like, no, like that's not, and lifting and all other stuff too that comes along with it, but that's not what I want my life to be. And I knew that the only way for me to be able to feel myself again and to like feel these passions for things that's once made me so happy, including the camera. Like I have not been able to pick up the camera. Like even since being home, I've had to just like decompress and like just assess everything that has happened over this year. And there's like so much that happened throughout the year that like I just will not feel comfortable sharing until probably a lot down the road. And I can't wait to be able to share those things with you and share my experience. But for now, I'm just going to share like what I'm comfortable with. And that is that it just wasn't the place for me emotionally, physically, everything. And to do with my dreams and my goals in the future and like just who I am as a person. And I just cannot wait to be by the ocean. I could cry. I'm so excited to be by the ocean. Along with kind of just like doing what makes you happy and everything else that's kind of like what I've been talking about, I'm also going to be majoring in philosophy and religion, which you guys already know. Philosophy and religion are a combined major. I'm going to be mostly focusing on philosophy. I'll also be taking philosophy of religion, philosophy of life, and like all of that type of things, which is just so exciting for me because like I don't know what I want to do, but I know what interests me, and philosophy is definitely something that interests me. I've never been somebody that's loved school, but I've been able to make it something that like I can look forward to when I take things that I'm interested in and not forcing myself to take things that other people think that I should take or that like society has told me that I need to. Instead, I'm like, no, I'm going to take philosophy because then it can help me with my food truck when I'm older and my turtle sanctuary that I might do. We'll be running at Flagler. I will be running track and I will be running cross country, and I'll be most likely living in like an apartment or a little beach house. So I'm really excited for that, and I plan on continuing doing vlogging. I can plan on continuing to like share my story and sharing my journey with you guys, and I'm hoping that I can do a lot more of that. I'm not going to be taking a lot of classes because I want to make sure that I can focus on things that bring me so much joy as well. And I can't wait for this new journey and what's to come. So much has happened. I've dealt with so many injuries over this past year, but honestly, like, I just want to close this chapter and take what I learned from it and take the good, but leave the bad and move on and be able to start this new journey and this new life. And just, there's so many amazing opportunities to come, and I am so excited for all of them. I'm so excited to be with my new team, and I'm really, really happy, and I'm really relieved that I can, like, finally tell you guys a lot of this stuff, because I haven't really been able to. I keep getting asked, like, Amber, why did you decide to transfer? And, like, it's just, you know, when it's not the place for you, and it wasn't the place for me, and I know that I've found my home now. And I truly believe that when I was in the recruiting process, I was honestly just done with the recruiting process. I was so stressed dealing with injuries. I was so done, and it felt like it was the right place at the time and for who I was at that time. But who I am now is a much wiser, I would say, version of who I was last year. And I feel like I just know myself so much more, and I'm just so excited for this new journey and what's to come, because so much good is all around, and I can feel it, and so much good is to come. So thank you guys so much for just staying with me on this journey, and I hope that I can continue to inspire and help any of you guys just remember to live your life in a way that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, and shines light on others. And there's a lot that I'm working on. We're all working on so much, and I love you guys so much. You have helped me through so much, and being able to share things with you guys, and just getting messages from you saying how much, like, me saying little things like everything's gonna be okay and, like, be positive and stuff like that has helped you. It means so much to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am totally gonna start posting more YouTube videos. Like, I promise, like, I mean it this time. I am in a better place mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. I promise I'm gonna post more YouTube videos. Fun little announcement, Be Positive bracelets are back out. The blue ones. Okay, the purple ones were cool, but the blue ones are insane. Like, it literally matches my whole aesthetic in my room right now. So you can go. Unfortunately, my camera just died. So if you guys haven't seen, I also have started a podcast. So make sure you go check that out. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram at Amber Runs, and remember to stay positive, stay hype, and live your life on runner's side. Peace out. What I was saying. Oh, broke my camera, bro. Okay, we're just gonna. Anyways.